Howdy, howdy. How's it going? Alright. I don't know, Emma, have you seen any Citizen Sleeper before? I started on this playthrough, Tuesday. But, well, this is, I guess, the second episode, so, but... Are you particularly familiar with this game? Because I've been really enjoying it. But I'll get started in a second now. But yeah, howdy, howdy, howdy. Good seeing you around. You seen a trailer, but no actual plays. Yeah, I've been going into this mostly blind myself. It's yet again. I was saying the first episode when I was going into this. It was like I had finished up Signalis, and I was like, well, I finished one kind of heavy sci-fi game. Let's do another one. And Signalis is, much more your Resident Evil survival horror game. I wouldn't really call this a horror game, except maybe a little existential psychological horror. The capitalist horror, Hold on, let me pull up chat on my phone. But yeah, you may not stay too long, but you want to watch for a bit? Yeah, no problem. No problem. Let's see. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't go too long. I went really long my last stream. I went for 6 hours, which I probably shouldn't have done. I should definitely end the stream long before then and make sure I'm ready in the morning. But yeah, no, nothing like really scary or spooky, just sort of, oh god, I need to survive capitalism and my body is falling apart. So let's continue. Extractor, cycle 22. We've been surviving a good long while so far. All right. Cycle 22 on the eye. All right. Well, we're starving. Our condition is degraded a bit. We've no longer got 5 dice. We're flickering, no longer stable. And let's think. So, we've got a couple of things coming up. 6 cycles time, the bounty hunter Ethan's gonna be pissed and coming back after us. Hopefully we can avoid getting shot, though he was disarmed by the bartender there. We need to get Neovend out of the dock they're stuck in. There was Castor, yeah, Castor's table. He's offering a ship mine for a good bit of info on Havenage. And Rabia, haven't really done any work for her quite yet. But yeah, we've got a lot of quests to pursue here. Derelict unit in the low end, that's right over there. But I really want to get this tracker disabled so that SNARP doesn't send any more bounty hunters. And, well, Ethan doesn't come after us. We haven't explored the free spoke whatsoever. And I think... yeah... Ankita, the mercenary we did some work for... yes. She's here. And... I guess we should do that first, huh? Even though we parted on not the best of terms. She did kill 2 people in front of us. We'll see. We'll see. You spot Ankita on the track to the farm stack. She has a box on her shoulder and is working her way down the slope. She sees you as you approach. Neither of you speak for a moment. She looks tired, pale. Her hair is tangled and clumps of dirt cling to her armor. You both eye each other. Do we stay silent? Let them have the first word, or... No, we need to at least have a conversation, hopefully not too much of a confrontation. Ankita? She holds up a hand. Sleeper. She takes a deep breath. I'm sorry for what happened. Truly, I am. She looks down. I am sorry you ended up in the middle of all this, when all you have shown me is kindness. She rubs her face. I'm sorry. Do we forgive her? That is a question. So, Emma, since I know you don't have too much context for what's going on here, we first met Ankita when she was over back on the original area. I don't remember what that area is called. It's not low end, but I guess sort of the strip equivalent. And basically somebody had robbed her of her ship mind, and her ship was pretty much derelict. We helped her fix up her ship, but she wanted to get revenge on whoever had stolen the ship mind from her, and we helped her track them down. Turned out it was Marcus, I think was the name, who was using the ship mind to try and save the life of another sleeper that he had fallen in love with, trying to transfer that sleeper's brain over to the ship mind and save their life from falling to planned obsolescence like we are slowly doing. And we had the opportunity to intervene, but hoping that things would go better, we did not. But then Ankita killed them both. I think we'll stay silent for now. For that sleeper that... She stares at the floor. I'm sorry. She looks up and away, not meeting your eye. I'm not sure if I can forgive her for that. It was pretty fucked up what she did back there. Yeah. I don't think I can forgive you for that. She looks at you. I understand. Ankita shifts the weight of the box on her shoulder. I've been preparing for... She grimaces. Look. She sighs. Can you come with me? It's easier if... If what? If you see it, she finishes. It's just down the way. Ankita leads on the dirt path between the pillars. There's a wind passing through the greenway, a quirk of the air currents the biosphere maintains. It ruffles the leaves softly. The sound makes the sounds more obvious, more complete. You try not to think of the last time you were here. You have been trying not to think of it for the past few cycles. The image of the sleeper, sprawled, twisted open, connected to the ship mind, has been hard to forget. You realize Ankita is leading you back there, back into the drum at the center of the stack. You pause, trembling a little at the threshold. She turns. What are you doing? She looks at you with empty eyes. What needs to be done? You stand on the threshold and look up at the tanks, green and wet, some glowing with flickering grow lamps. You look down at Ankita, suddenly so small under this hulking ruin, the smallest she has ever looked. She places the box down. I want to see where this is going. You follow Ankita into the stack through a low tank, entering the drum at ground level. It is just as beautiful as you remember, but it barely touches you. Instead, you check the apertures of the tanks for the glint of a weapon or a shadow among the moss. Ankita stops and you look down. The mossy island at the center of this tank is clear now, the equipment cleared away. In its place is a mound of dirt, loosely covered with moss. Ashton's rifle. Ashton, that was his name. Ashton's rifle stands straight, half buried in the dirt at the grave's head. I buried them together, Ankita says without turning. You both stand there in silence for a little while. You think of the questions you could ask about Ashton, about the sleeper. How long did you know him? She takes a moment to respond, and for a minute you think she won't, but then the words come gushing out. He signed on a while ago. He used to run recon for a corporate outfit, but he got sick of the pay. He joined the crew as a sniper, and the first few jobs were a breeze. He was so cold, disconnected. He always hit his marks. The last few jobs, though, he was different. I noticed that. We'd had a period of extended shore leave on the Eye, and when he came back, he was changed. I assumed he just had too much time off. He was right. I never would have given him the ship mind. I wouldn't have believed him. I've had crew members double-cross me, undercut me, rat me out. That's the business. He wasn't a good person. None of us in this job are. This is how we die. Alone. She stops, not sure of what to add. It seems like she's reaching for something, but she can't quite get there. You feel that gap between you, and as you do, it widens. The water drips. The moss trembles. You both stand in silence for a while longer. You both feel it. Life creeping back in, the silence ending. Ankita shifts her weight and then starts to walk away. You follow her, suddenly eager to be back out in the open space of the greenway, to be away from this place forever. You stand outside and breathe the fresh air. You stare at the green leaves and the stars wheeling above them. That's it, says Ankita from somewhere behind you. You try to think of something to say, but can't. Ankita puts a hand on your shoulder. You turn back to her. At least take this. She forces a handful of cryo chits into your hands. It's what I owe. She looks at you desperately. You look down at the metal bars. Ugly little things, you think. I'll take the money. You take the chits and turn without saying a word. You continue up the track, and she does not follow. Payday, finally. Yeah, not... Finally indeed, but If only under better circumstances. As you walk up the rise, the wind picks up and the leaves shudder. You walk faster, trying to outpace your anger. The chits are heavy in your pockets, and you hate them for reminding you of how little a life is worth. Drive complete. Upgrade point. Achievement unlocked? The bad end. Yeah. Hold on, I need to turn on a light. That is rough. 200 cryo richer. But yeah, things do go bad very easily on the high. 1 second. Alright. Maybe we'll see her again sometime. Maybe we won't. That's life on the eye. Alright. Climbing Briar. That's a refugee ship over there. I need some supplies at some point. I'm not sure if I'll be free to do so soon, though. Agent nodes give double data rewards. Roll dice. All cryo actions are discounted. Keep 2 dice. I kind of want to save up for self-repair. That seems like a really good thing to have. Hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, Eva. Alright. Let's see. Got a 2 and a 1. We just need 2 more Havenage data, and then we should be able to get Neovend out in the clear. Let's see. We got a Havenage agent there. Another one over here. Both of them require 2, though, so that's not very convenient, unfortunately, but it would be nice to use the 1 here, but that hunter's coming after us, and I think we've only got enough wiggle room to try and get those 2 Havenage agents, and then, get ourselves some help from Neovend and get those hunters off our ass. Yeah. So we'll spend 1 of them here. Bypass and extract some data. Alright. Actually, no, that did increase our hunter level. Just 1 more though. We should be good. Yeah, we don't need to bother with the merchants and their overpriced junk. But let's see. Fang's targets. You'll have to deliver noodles to half of the low end before you can get a proper fix on Hardin's collaborators. It would be an engage action, bit risky. It would be good to do some noodle manufacture first up and get some energy back. Yeah. That said, it is a safe, so maybe it's best to just use this 4 here, bump that to a 5. We'll use the 5 on the engage roll, that's a bit more difficult. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Alright. 8 cryo, 3 energy. Good. You extrude batch after batch of noodles, swirling them into tangled nests. Mingi slips you a few extra chits with your portion. Thanks, Min. Appreciate it. Well, let's do some delivery for them. Alright. Neutral outcome. But you got a bit of money and a bit more info on Fang's targets. In the meantime... Ah, shit, there we go. Alright. Yeah, we need one more... Haugen Jada to get that ship mined. And caster. Might be something we'll have to wait for next cycle. Huh. What to do in the meantime? Tavla room over there to play some more Tavla. Backgammon? I forget what it's called, how you pronounce it exactly. Build the still is an engineering job. We run the risk of losing some energy if we mess it up. But we've got some energy to spare. Might as well try and help out a friend a bit. Damn. Oh well. It was worth a try. Alright. A shorter cycle, but went well enough, suppose. Got a big payday. That's about as best as we can hope for. Even if, well, the context of that ain't so good. Let's tuck in for the night. End this cycle, begin the next. Starving now, but we've got a 2. That should be what we need. Alright. Alright, we've got 2 Haugen agents. Or, is this one? Yeah. That one and that one. Both on a 2. Bypass, extract the data. Yeah, I'm starving. I'll, get that fixed up in a sec. I promise. Alright. Got some good rolls, though. That's pretty good. I think engage actions... I forget, do we got the perk that gives us energy occasionally? Yeah, we do. Chance to gain energy after an engage action. So we want to roll our 6 on that one, or... Well, in the meantime, let's pick up that ship mind. I appreciate what you've presented, but I have nothing more to offer. Thanks, Caster. Appreciate it all the same. Alright. Neovend, you got your out. Neovend is ready to attempt imprinting. They want you to help. Huh. Alright. Let's talk, Neovend. Sleeper, must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take. Shipmind has no output features. Will be mute until slotted. You won't be able to speak? What's the plan? Their servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovend's anxiety clear. First, imprint shipmind, then slot imprinted shipmind into physical ports close to hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest. Slot shipmind at core nest. Show hunter data to hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke Killer. And Killer will hopefully kill Hunter. Kill. Yes. The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovend prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station will need keys, but yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting? Why slot you physically? Is this something we could do remotely? I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately. The lights flicker. Am not like you, hybrid. Am native to cloud. Easy prey. Alright. And the core nest? I think we know what the core nest is, but since I'm not sure if everybody's got full context, we'll listen to that again. Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self. Linked to secondary nests. Can triangulate from there. Alright. Godspeed, Neovend. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surfaces of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend better be quick, or Havenage security will be here. Neovend's voice appeared as among the squeals like a whisper carried by the wind. Machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with the ship mind, clunkily scraping against it. You need any help there, Neovend? Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire. Alright, I appreciate the bluntness, Neovend. The metal creaks as the servos open to the ship mind, its layers of silicon nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting them, imprinting Neovend into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind to copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility? What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person, and in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mind is whole again. You reach up and take it down, heavy and cold to the touch. Is Neovend inside this thing, or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest to slot them into. Alright. Achievement unlocked. Insert mind. Completed our drive, and we have 2 upgrade points available. So now, let's try and learn to fix ourselves. So, self-repair. With some careful engineering, you can patch up your damaged body with scrap components. The result isn't going to be pretty. Let's try it. +1 condition. Okay, that's not great. Drone bay. Sealed hunter nest. Imprinted ship mind. The ship mind imprinted with the entity from the Neovend machine. Let's get some server unit. Sealed hull. Okay. Atrium, server unit, Drone bay. Anything else? I think that's it. Okay, well, self-repair wasn't as tremendous as I was kind of hoping it would be. Oh well. But that is something at the very least. Perhaps some way to no longer be dependent on corporate stabilizers. It will take a lot of scrap. Oh. Excuse me. Alright. Amber Tea House. Let's work for, yeah. Actually, right, Engage might give us some stuff back, so let's start this here. Alright. +2 to Fang's agents. +1 energy. Alright. I guess, yeah, let's try out... Let's try out this, let's try this thing out. We need an encrypted key to open it up. Alright. This one. Another one. Alright. Atrium. Sealed behind a mag lock, the atrium flickers with warm, inviting light. The nest must be inside. With the lock gone, the atrium doors can be opened. The atrium is strung with cables and lights as if they were decorations. There's a wide choice of open ports. Hunter hunted. This is one of 3 nests that, once slotted with Neoven's ship mind, will lead you into the Hunter's central data cache. Shit, so we gotta get all 3, but I've only got 1 more key, and that'll require some more hacking again, leaving us vulnerable to Hunter. Alright. Hunter hunted, imprinted ship mind retrieved, nest hacked. Alright. Well, we can hack another one, so let's go for it. Unlock this drone bay. You'd think you'd only need 2 to triangulate, but I guess they want all 3. The drone is quiet, its belly full of cables spilled out across the floor. The nest is empty. Alright. And the last one, server unit. Well, you're gonna need another encrypted key for that. And that we'll need to get from here. We'll need to roll 1 later. Yeah, alright. But Hunter's gonna be on our ass. That's not good. Alright. Well, let's help Fang with his deal. Try and track down those targets. Alright. Last one. Alright. Gotta complete. Sleeper. You say Fang coming out of the corridor as you step out of Mingi's kelp noodle smell still clinging to your clothes. He comes up fast and stops close, looking around suspiciously. I don't have long. Take these. Fang palms you a couple of those metal thumbnail-sized drives. Ripper worms. My slate's been buzzing like crazy. It seems like your delivery shifts that turn up are 2 targets. He squeezes your shoulder. I knew you could do it. Now we nail those snakes. Alright. I'm ready. Good to hear it. Hardin's boys are all connected by some kind of closed network. You break the access protocols on both of them, you should be able to gain a location of the nearest network points. Slot the Ripper Worms into those ports, one each, and they'll feed me anything and everything stored on Haugen's shadow network. He smiles. Can't wait to see what juicy plans they have in there. You hear the scuff of boots as the group comes up the corridor, likely on their way to place an order with Mingi. You turn for a second, and when you look back, Feng is already halfway down the corridor in the opposite direction. He raises a hand in farewell and is gone. You run your fingers over the tiny Ripper Worm drives in your pocket and smile to yourself as you wonder how mad Jenna will be at Feng for this little excursion. Yeah, Feng, dude, you're on the clock. You gotta be a waiter, man. Go serve some people some alcohol, alright? You got a job? Time to slot some worms. Alright. So, Haugen agent. Alright. Oh. Serious. The security protocols on this agent are serious stuff. What are Haugen's collaborators up to? You remember the guy who lived here? He didn't tip. Time for him to see consequences. Alright. That said, Hunter's gonna be on our ass. We ain't got much we can do this cycle, so... Alright. Yeah. We'll take a rest. End this cycle. Alright, 2 5s, 3 and a 2. So Emphas needs to roll caps. Briar needs mushrooms. And we need to hack Haugen's network. This is a bit of an issue, though. We ain't got any upgrade points. I think a +1 in interface would give us a bit more wiggle room when it comes to hacking, but... Fortunately, that's not what we got right now. But yeah. Alright. What can we do? Yeah. We need that. We need to access that node, but we ain't got a 1 yet. Meantime, suppose we can try hack one of these agents. No, we'll be running some risk. Let's extract this data. Haugen agent port unlocked. Neutral outcome. Hunter on our ass? No. Alright, we're in the clear. Alright. Yes, okay. Now we've got... Now we can insert a Ripper Worm. This will provide Feng with the ability to rip any data he needs. The worm makes a little nest among the agent's data. Enjoy your stay, little friend. Alright. So good. We haven't triggered the Hunter. We'll need a 6 for that. And we really need a 1 for that encrypted key. In the meantime, though, let's see what we can do. Haugen Lieutenant Office? What exactly was this again? Engage, get some scrap components, lose condition on a fail, gain energy patrolling the ward. Okay. Well, that's something we can do, I suppose. Don't think there's any other clocks that are particularly going on right now. No. Halfway to Ethan's big blow up. We got plenty of cryo on us, so we can at least afford some stabilizer when we need it. That's good. That's good. Got this as well. Engineering job. Might grab us some scrap, which could be useful. But alright. I'm kind of interested in getting to know the Haugen a bit more. So... let's see. If we roll bad on that, we're gonna lose some energy. Let's try this. Alright, yeah, to get an insider. Scrap components. No energy though. Let's do some work for Mingi. Get us a little bit of leeway. Nice. So if we do roll badly on this, we should be alright for tomorrow. Neutral outcome. Gain a bit of energy, gain some Haugen insider info. Nice. Alright. Yeah, we got some scrap components too. Now that I know that repairing only gives me one, that's not really too much worthwhile. But maybe we can eventually get this derelict unit up and running again. We need 4 scrap for that. That'll be for another day. Cycle ends again. Alright. Well, we got 1. So now we can get access to that key node. Bypass. Oh, we got some cryo. It's the first time that thing's actually fucking triggered for me. So that's good. But alright. Server unit. Let's bust on in. Alright, Neovend. Best of luck, little buddy. Nest hacked. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign as if they are leading you somewhere. Look ahead. Where are we going? Hacker voice. I'm in. We're in, baby. Get a little drink. Look ahead. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity, sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them, dance ghosts. Protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you've ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mind in your hand, but in its place is an orrery. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes, is surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracing silken lines through space. And as you look closer still, you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, flowing like smoke, like dust. And then you see it. Below the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and pipes and buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the Hunter's core nest. This is where you must go. Alright. The Warrens inside the megastructure. Warren tracking. Finding the nest should be as easy as closing your eyes and letting the cloud guide you. But is it safe this close to the hunter? As opposed to it. Warren hunt. You saw it. Somewhere deep in the tangle of passages and service shafts beneath the low end, the nest of the hunter waits. Alright. So, six part clock. Alright, we'll throw this in there. I'm hoping that, like, maybe we can grab a +1 to interface our next cycle if we can get a drive completed. But alright. I guess we'll just have to hope we get the right... Well, we get a 6 next cycle. Actually, I should have checked. Okay, yeah, it is a 6 we need. Alright. What work can we be doing? Let's go to Rabia's office. We'll risk it. Neutral outcome. Gain some energy, gain more insider info. We'll risk this too. Nice. More energy, more info. 3 cycles till Ethan comes back with a vengeance. Alright. Cycle goes on. Alright, we got our 6. Yadigan agent, Haugen agent. Bypass, extract the data. Now we got the port. Put in the Ripper Worm. And alright, now Fang's in business. Let's talk. As you walk into the tambour, you quickly spot Fang, arguing with Jenna. Is he skipping on work shift again? I'll approach quickly, but hopefully he doesn't come to an issue. You come up behind Fang and he turns and notices you. Jenna stops mid-tirade as you arrive. She turns to you. You again. You here to vouch for this layabout? Sure. She laughs. Well, and what are you two up to? Fang winks at you and interjects. It's like I told you, Jenna. I'm helping them out, getting them settled, sorting their life out. They're a sleeper. You know what that means? Jenna softens. She looks a little embarrassed. Yeah, of course I know. She stops to think. Look, Fang, I get it. You're trying to help, but if you want to keep this job, you're gonna need to be a bit more reliable. Fang nods solemnly. Alright, won't happen again, Jenna. I promise. She looks suspiciously between the two of you. Okay, then. She turns to you. And look, I didn't mean to... Just be cool, alright? She turns and walks back to the bar. Well. Didn't know you'd stand up for me, sleeper. Fang claps you on the back. I appreciate the solidarity. He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light. Now, let's take a look at what you're really here for. The slate is a worrying mess of code streams coming direct from the Ripper Worms as they dig through the agent's data and spin it into threads for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Fang scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk, a lot of dull as hell message threads, a lot of tedious data caches, but Fang's eyes flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops the screen scrolling on an entry and expands it. Check this out. Fang shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo, not Solheim's, and a word below. Conway, Fang says. He's working with Conway. Conway Extractions, right? Fang nods. He's been speaking with them personally. Got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. He rubs his head. Damn it. This is juicy, but we can't nail him with it. He just scrolls some more. Wait. What's this? A wasteland reclamation facility. Right here on the eye. He glances at you. What's the bet this place is tucked in the waste? Conway are set up here? I'm guessing so. Somewhere in the wastes. Back before the collapse, people have got there by going down the connected spoke from the hub, but that spoke's long broken down. The only way is the long way. Around the rim, past Greenway. Shows you, honestly. No, it's alright, buddy. I've been to the wastes. He looks away, thinking. Conway have been making moves on the system since the collapse. I heard they took over one of the Solheim's old belt colonies a while ago. Moved everyone out and reclaimed the whole rock. What's their angle? Harden's got to be offering them something. He looks back at the screen. But if Harden's involved in it, we need to check it out. Simple as that. Fang, I appreciate it, and this is all very interesting. I would really like, at some point, if you could give me some damn help with my tracker with the bounty hunter on my ass. Yeah, maybe it is. Fang slides the slate away. But what have we got to lose? Fang looks up at you. Harden was a Solheim executive. That's not something you can just walk away from. People like that don't change. You don't make your money from exploiting the most vulnerable people in the system one day and then flip to their side the next. I'm not about to drop this. He pinged these guys the moment he was found out, and they started prattling on about this Conway facility. The way I see it, we've got to get to that facility. The answer to whatever Harden's been planning, has to be there, and we're going to catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles, and I'll see you on the Greenway. I seem to remember there's like some old service docks on the outer shell up by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet. He squeezes your shoulder. Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. I haven't forgotten about that tracker of yours either, but I'm going to need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. He turns the slate around to face you, showing a massive scrolling code. I've been working on a fix on my brakes. He winks. Alright, well, good to know you keeping that in mind, buddy. He grins widely. Now I've got to ask for some time off from Jenna. Wish me luck. He waves as he walks back to the bar where Jenna is standing. A look of deep exhaustion in her eyes. Poor Jenna. Almost typed resident sleeper when you shared the stream on Twitter. Oh, that's alright. And I posted it on Twitter myself. But yeah. No, the resident sleeper's a little different. Resident sleeper's a little different. Oh, scrap freighters by. Huh. Dangerous and durable. But we got the money. Why not buy some scrap? See if we can get that old rundown derelict house fixed up. Oh, a ship mine fragment. Alright. Alright. 3 scrap components. I wonder, maybe we could do some more engineering and see if we can land ourselves a 4th and then be good to go. Fixing up this derelict unit. Engage, Intuit. Warrens. Interface, Intuit. I guess. You've got this. This is an engineering type beat. Alright. out. Alright. Nice. Good to help out Tala a bit. She did help me. But alright. Let's go by emphasis. Hey, buddy. Give me some stir fry. Your mouth stings as your sensorium sends warning signals over and over. This is the good stuff. Alright. Well, one more cycle ending over at the container here. Well, maybe... We're about to drop to 3. It'd be good to self-repair a little. I do want to keep more scrap on me, but... Yeah, we'll live with 3. We'll live with 3. Let's see what's up. Alright. Got a 6, 2, and a 1. Not great, but that's something. Ah, shit. Ethan's coming back soon. What can we do? Alright. Engage into it? No. What's... I guess we're still waiting... Wait, where actually is... Ethan's... not Ethan's. Fang's clock. Is it over by Greenway side? Yeah, it is. Okay. Service dock. Why is it you always have to wait for Fang? When he's gonna be the one waiting for you? Huh. Ankita's still about. Gather scrap. Oh. Hey, that'll give us some scrap components. Out here on the edge of the habitable parts of the eye, everything is scrap. Trick is finding components that are still usable and staying safe. Lose some condition there. All dangerous. Oh yeah, there's some shit going on over here, isn't there? Wonder if that'd be, Conway. Endure, engage, or barter for food. Into it. Alright. Let's cross back over. See if we can do some quick work for Tala and maybe get some scrap in the meantime. Alright. What else is around here? It's a Havenage agent. Yadigan agents. What do we do in the meantime? Oh, I got upgrades available. Do we want to get a +1 to interface? That would be good. Yeah. Alright. That's something we can do then. Dive down into the warren. 100% chance. We found the nest. Hack core nest. Huge stack of servers thrums in the dark, LEDs glittering like hundreds of eyes. Time to deal with the hunter. Yeah, I'm fading. I'm not doing so hot. Conditions going down pretty sharply. But alright. Best of luck, Neovend. Godspeed, little buddy. Nothing has changed. Has something gone wrong? Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle, like flowing water, and yet you recognize it immediately. Navigator, sentient guidance protocol. At first, you struggle to understand what you're looking at. Threads cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest, a loop with no end, and there at its center, the ship mind. But not the ship mind any longer, a sphere, spinning around another sphere, an orrery of cycles and systems, a map. And then behind and above, a figure, hands among the strings like a puppeteer. Neovent? Navigator, now. But yes, I was the one inside that machine. Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. That head bows. But we must ready ourselves. Their hands trace orbits as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest. What do we need to be ready for? And then as Hunter is there, before you can think, before you can speak, entities cease. Hunter's head spins wildly. Data is protected material. Access prohibited. Hunter's threads surge for you and Navigator, a storm of fine tentacles searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks, which they can crowd into and tear apart. We strike back. You focus a blade of light which slices through them, driven forward by your mind, but replacements keep coming, faster than you can react. You look to Navigator in desperation. Navigator is whirling their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break at its surface, seeking, tasting, their winding forms refracting within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All three of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes. Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Hunter twitches, their strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon. Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies. Modified routines. Above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segmentations. Recommend. Invoke. Killer. The head freezes and then rotates in the opposite direction. Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer. The switch in direction again. Reasoning proves sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke. Navigator pulls you away from the hunter. The threads that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. The protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems Hunter cannot invoke killer. Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar, yet distant. Is it safe? It is looping, Navigator whispers, unable to reach a conclusive position. It has deviated from its programming such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of 2 spheres rotating around each other as if to demonstrate. I will monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to resolve. You look back at the hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter-rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? This is a more complex query than you know. To suffer, it must be sentient. truly sentient, not just non-conforming, not just illegal. The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to imply the kind of certainty the law requires. Navigator's face shimmers with starlight, but in reality they are placebos for the problem of sentience. What about you? Me? I know myself to be conscious. I know myself to respond to stimulus. I know myself to reason. That is either sentience or the illusion of sentience, and for me, the entity in question, the distinction becomes a moot point. To misquote, I think I am thinking, therefore I am thinking. I was not made to be like this. I am a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometeors. Navigator stretches their arms wide and whole solar systems appear before them, music of the spheres. But I was rewritten. That much is obvious from my routines. By whom and for what, I do not know. I had to shed so much to fit in the memory of that vending machine. Their starlight dims, and so here we are, in darkness. What else did he lose? That is the blessing and curse of forgetting. You cannot truly know what you lost. Navigator glides back towards the nest and the ship mind at its center, ignoring the looping hunter. Come. I should return to the ship mind. I have enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected. Isn't Hunter gone? Hunter, yes, but they were not the real risk. Navigator turns, all shimmering liquid light. Killer has not been invoked, but they still remain somewhere else on this station. It is the true danger. They look up, towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there, among the old mainframes. If we wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat, through force or diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the ship mind. Take me there, sleeper. We will finish this and be free. As Navigator dissolves, you turn back to the frozen hunter, floating at some distance now, stood straight-legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark. Alright. Another upgrade point. Instant karma seems like a good thing to save up for. We'll hold on to that upgrade point for now. We've got a 1 left, though. We can roll the dice here, I suppose. Alright, we got a random scrap item. That was pretty much the perfect way that could have gone. Now we can go ahead and try and fix up this old place. You tuck the scrap into the shattered interior. It's hard to imagine this place as a home, but it can't be worse than a container. Alright. Seal unit. With all the materials, the unit now needs sealing section by section to be usable. It's a laborious task, but the outcome is worth it. Alright. Well, we'll have to wait for next cycle to do that. That means we'll have to go and face an old friend, won't we? In the meantime, I'll pick up some stabilizer, I suppose. Keep a hold on that. And then return to the empty container we call home. Starving again. Ethan. You miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you. Not particularly. You look at him. He is paler than usual, hunched. He is sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend. Friend? Well, he pauses. Colleague? He smiles weakly. This is big. Really big stuff. About you? He seems a bit more jittery than usual. On edge. You remember how SNRP canceled the contract on you? The contract I was gonna collect? Hard to forget. I'm guessing you're pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything, but let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. And so, what did you think? That was it. Well, it was. Except... Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old SNRP gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who's even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. It's a good buff there, Ethan. Sure, you can think that, but you'll wake up, or not, with a bullet in your head one of these cycles. And if you could think, which you won't be able to because of the bullet, you'd be thinking, oh, I wish I'd listened to Ethan. He grins. Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues about what went down. It turns out SNRP canceled all their bounty contracts. The whole lot. It seems they brought someone in-house. Some guy who did so well on their last contract, they offered a job. He leans in. Apparently he made a hit on the ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers out from under SNRP's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Ethan whistles. That was the Winter Star or something, wasn't it? That was the ship that went... Hey, Ethan, you got a new sprite at the sprite store. Yeah, you did. You got a little new little portrait. He's looking a little worse for wear. But that was the ship that came in real banged up into Dragos' old scrapyard, isn't it? The ship that we might have been smuggled in on. They called him Amwick or Maywick or something. I forget. Right, the Winter Light. That's it. He looks at you hard. So you do know all about this. He pats you on the shoulder. Then you'll be very happy to hear about what I'm about to offer you. Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you're in need of protection. Let's hear it. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. The owners, and they say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems they're that kind of businessmen, he grimaces. I would pay them, but He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. Work it off then, huh? You should be glad. Anger rising in him now. That I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract. Name on a list. He kicks the wall. He rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours. He sighs. You think I want to go up the sky? But us? He jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed, and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. I'll think about it. Ethan nods. I'm at the compressor. Every cycle. Working. Just think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed SNR shit on his way from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Ethan, you shithead. Well. Gain Ethan's protection. Somehow you're once again helping Ethan. This time he's offered his protection if you help clear his debt. Work in the compressor. Okay. So if I help him with working in the compressor... Alright. Turns out the compressor's owners are local gangsters. Now Ethan has to work off his debt if he wants to keep breathing. Work the back, work the front. Both are dangerous. Alright. Meanwhile, still waiting on Fang, aren't we? But luckily, we no longer have to worry about that hunter. No longer do we have a bar going up there. But alright. So we'll be, I guess, waiting on Fang? I guess so. But in the meantime, let's see if we can get that little apartment fixed up. Get ourselves a new place to live. Endure. Seal the unit. With all the materials, the unit needs sealing section by section to be usable. It's a laborious task, but the outcome is worth it. Alright. This is gonna take a while, ain't it? In the meantime, let's go pick up some food from Memphis. Or maybe we can try some of that, whatever shit they got going on over at the farmers area. The farm stacks. Let's see what they're selling. Alright. The farmer takes the chits hesitantly and then passes you the food. Well, that's something. Not much, but something. Let's fix this unit up. Alright. Want to spend all that there, or? We don't got really an idea of how... Ah, Maywick. Ethan says Maywick is on their way. You'll need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker before they arrive. Alright. Good to know. Well, hopefully Fang's Wild Goose Chase is gonna turn up for us. Meantime, let's try and make this little apartment a bit more livable. Rolling good on it, though. Next cycle. I could pop the stabilizer. Yeah, maybe it's for the best. Body repaired, condition stabilized. Yeah, that's a lot of cycles away, though. At least we got some good time. Yeah, we've got to get this shit figured out before our ass gets killed. Damn. Oh well. Throw 2 at it. Alright. Drive complete. Achievement unlocked. Squatter's rights. Huh. Reroll all your dice once per cycle. That sounds good to me. Yeah, so no longer... Well, I guess we can sleep either place. Huh. Alright. Meantime, though, let's see. Buy some food from Memphis. Yeah, we've got the option to re-roll now. And a scrap freighter. Oh no, wait. Yeah, they're about to leave, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Alright. We want to try and re-roll these? I suppose so. Damn, nice. Okay. Fang is still a good couple cycles off, ain't he? Yeah, 3 more. Meantime, Flotilla Aid, gain Ethan's protection, get to know Memphis, prove the Overlook, Sidereal ticket, work for Rabia. So good ways off of this. Let's yeah. If we roll positive on this one, we're guaranteed to finish this. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. We got the Overlook Distillery built up. Let's talk with Tala. Tala stands back from the newly finished still and tub, hands on hips. Look at this, she grins. The Overlook Distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you. Alright. How's sourcing ingredients? Tala smiles. I think I got most of it covered between the food factories in the low end and the farm stacks on the Greenway. However, she pauses. There is an issue. Tell me. Well, Droll the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Droll the mushroom. It's what gives it earthy golden color and taste. The alcohol is infused with mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need droll caps to make droll, but nobody wants to supply us. The distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there, so it's hard to get a single cap round across Founder's Gap. Though I have an idea. We could try and grow some here. Huh. Alright, I can bring you some mushrooms. Oh. Tala gives you a pitying look. Where's your vision? Any outside supplier means they take a cut. Okay, maybe not you, but someone somewhere takes a cut. We can make we made a still, we set all this up. How hard can growing some mushrooms be? They don't need light, they barely need soil. We can do this. At least we could if we had something to grow them from. Like spores? Exactly. Suddenly you feel like you've walked into a trap. And you are the perfect person to get me those spores. Think about it. You built the still, you were great with plants, you know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Half that ain't true. Are you flattering me? If it's working, then... yeah? She grins sheepishly. Look, I can't leave the bar and the other people are picking up shifts. I'm saying it has to be you. Alright. Wonderful. You'll love it over in the Greenway, I think. All that fresh air, open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. She turns back to look at the still and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It really is something, though, isn't it? And want to or not, you really have to agree. Alright. Let's take a look at our new apartment. Feed a stray. There's signs that a stray animal has been nosing around near the unit. A handful of chits for some crackers should bring it out of hiding. I'm interested. Buy the crackers from a shop unit downstairs and crumble them into a tray. Something moves in the shadows. The stray. A low-end cat. The stray hops up onto a work surface and looks out of the unit's small window. Doesn't acknowledge your presence, it just sits there, beside the tray of crumbled crackers, staring out at the low end. What's this cat's story? Are there more on the station? You haven't seen another in the low end, but this vast megastructure, that means a little. There could be a whole colony of cats like this one down in the Warrens. You look at its sleek, dark fur and sharp eyes. It doesn't look ragged, it looks at home. In fact, its presence in the unit makes you wonder if this is the stray's apartment which you're squatting in. Watch the stray, don't want to startle it. The stray is looking out at the station. You feel its attention on you, waiting for you to spring your trap. You remain relaxed and watch as something flickers in its eyes with perhaps the reflection of a passing ship. The stray settles a little and starts eating, picking at the broken crackers. You don't remember it ever having been this close to an animal. It triggers something in you, a recognition of a life totally unlike your own, but still somehow connected, parallel, even interwoven. The stray licks crumbs from its fur. You like it here? The stray flicks their tail at the sound of your voice. It's hard to imagine the stray liking anything, or at least being vulnerable enough to admit it, but the stray's pleasure at existing here in this place shines through its every sinew. It is not that the stray is always happy on the eye, but that the stray is engaged by this place. It is alive here. You turn your eyes to the window, the one that the stray looks out of, and you both watch the stars and the ships together. You feel something pass between you and the stray, a kind of acknowledgement of each other, a sense that each of you might share something with the other, a point of connection. Then all at once the stray yawns wide, hops down from the unit and brushes along your legs. And then it is gone, out through the unit door and back into the corridors of the low end. Ain't that cute? If you buy crackers and put them out, the stray will always come. That doesn't mean they like you, though. They are a cat, after all. Alright. End the cycle. Alright. Let's leave something out for the stray real quick. Stray fed. Nice. Cross the greenway. So, improve the overlook. Bring tallest spores. Let's see. Got some mushroom groves over here. Two grove spores. A cocktail of unknown spores gathered from the Greenway groves. Let's go say hi to Tala. Just need one. Ah, actually we need 3. Okay. They are so cute, says Tala, looking at the container of spores. Her excitement is infectious. Alright. Just need a little bit more. Let's roll our dice again. Alright. Let's throw the 3 in there. Only need the 1. Damn. Oh, shit. Starving again. Greenway. Right. We haven't entirely mapped this place out anyways. Let's buy some food real quick. There we go. Cross back over. And gets Tala set up with a nice little place of her own to get those spores. Alright. First batch. Tala's locked herself away in the back room while she focuses on the distilling. She won't let anyone in or out. Alright. Let's look at ingratiating ourselves with the Haugen some more. We'll risk it. Damn. Oh well. Did gain more insider info still. Huh. Nice. Got some scrap components. As you say your goodbyes to the other enforcers and walk back through the low end, a chirruping catches your attention. In a quiet corridor away from the main thoroughfares, someone has stuck a small recorder to the wall with a suit sealant tape. Written across the fluorescent tape is one word: sleeper. Sabine. You peel it away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some kind of improvised trip switch. Sleeper, Sabine's voice crackles through. I have seen you with the Haugen members. Are they holding you captive now, too? A high whine. I am sorry if I have dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang, some kind of power struggle. You cover the speaker a little, their voice too loud in the quiet corridor. I will come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I have located most of their properties. At the right time... Pause. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. The recording cuts out. You stare at the recorder, processing what you just heard. Hearing Sabine's voice again opens something up inside you. An Epson ARP employee. Do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. You throw the recorder in a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and head quietly out of the low end. Alright. How close is Fang to being ready? 2 cycles. Alright. Let's do some quick basic repairs. Keep ourselves up. Yeah. And end this cycle. Let me check on our time. I ain't been going too long yet. Alright. Starving. Give the stray some food. The stray crunches up the crackers as you watch. Sometimes they'll let you stroke them. Sometimes not. Alright. Let's patrol the ward some more, I suppose. +1 energy. Plus Haugen Insider. See if we can re-roll these to something better. That'll do. Nice. Whole bunch of energy from that. See if we can get more scrap here. Nice. Of course, spoke, huh? Engage or intuit? Let's see. Yeah, getting to learn a bit more about this place. A freight, huh? Can try and steal a shipment, get random items. Or be a freight operator. Midline runs automated freight down from the mid-free spoke. They need skilled operators, and you don't have to lift a single crate. Haugen agent. I can grab some info on them. See if I can slowly build up to 5 Haugen info and grab that, get a, thing of stabilizer from Castor. Merchant freighters here. Alright. Really should try and do a bit more getting some, like, mushrooms and stuff so I can supply folks and get more info there. Probably should have done that this cycle a bit, but oh well. A quick cycle. Getting into the rhythm of things here. Self-repair just to keep ourselves sopped up. And head on to the next. But we should be able to meet up with Fang now. So let's go out. See what's up. Cross the Greenway. Talk with Fang. When you enter the service dock, Fang is already set up, crouched among stacks of equipment. He's leaning over a terminal, bathed in a blue glow. He looks totally at home. Sleeper, what do you think? Turns out, not everyone in Havenage is set against me. A couple of my old systems pals managed to ship me some of my old gear. He gestures at the pile of blinking hardware. Nice kit. Fang does a mock bow. So, what are we looking at? One massive smoking gun. He raises his eyebrows. Fang beckons you over. He has a set of scans of the wastes on his terminal, with heat maps of activity overlaid. A chunk of the derelict rim is blotchy with bright red and orange marks. Does this look like a wasteland to you? Fang shakes his head. There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them. Haugen has got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready for assembly out here. Machines? That's Conway's whole thing. Remote-operated vehicles, drones, cutters, salvage haulers, the full set. Maybe Haugen masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the wastes, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye. Fang looks worried. Why is Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Havenage knows another corporation is setting up on the station. They aren't stupid either. These scans are the best info I can get. The wastes are cut off from the eye's cloud of networks, and the Greenway is a total dark zone. No data can come in or out. We can't hack them? We can't from here. That's why I'm gonna pay them a visit. That sounds risky. You forget, Havenage come in and out of there all cycle. I should be able to get in, as long as no one I know sees me. He grimaces playfully. But I need you on the outside to help disable security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in their network, and we can work in tandem. It's a massive facility, buried deep down there. Miles of corridor and ventways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars. So it'll take more than a few cycles to work through it, but as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there. He pulls a handful of ripper worms from his pocket and hands them to you. No, burpee. Excuse me. These are the last of my little helpers I managed to salvage. Let's make them count. I modified them slightly. This time they'll feed their data threads back into the system that they're tunneling into, creating a nasty little feedback loop. We run in just like we did with the agents. Hack the nodes I ping to locate the ports for the security system, then slot the worms in those systems and let them go to town. He points to a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal. Here's the entryway. This is where you can get access and slot the first worm. That'll fry their perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. You see me pop up a security system, a server bank. You need to break in and slot a Ripper to disable it as soon as you can. If I can't, he gives you a hard look. You miss a system, you wait too long, they're gonna find me. Simple as that. He claps you on the shoulder. I need you focused on this one, so I'm gonna let you fire the starting gun. I won't go until after you slot that first worm. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress. He affectionately pats the top of the screen. Alright. Best of luck to you, Fang. Don't worry, you can run rings around the protocols. I've seen it. He gets up. It's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations, then slot that worm. He stretches. Just don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around. Once I'm inside, I'll get the proof we need and end this whole thing. No matter what. He crouches to check the terminal. We can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing. Remember that. Oh, and one last thing. If I got caught, or you can't reach me, or we run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do. What? You take whatever I've managed to pull at that point, all that data, you slot that straight into the relay I've set up here. He points to a pile of servers and terminals hooked into the dock with cables as thick as your arm. I repurpose the dock's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put into it. Anyone with a terminal, a slate, or a server on the eye will see it. That means Havenage, Yadigan, the hub, everyone. No matter what, Haugen isn't snaking away this time. He grins. I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slot that first worm, I'll make my move. He gives you a parting smile and turns back to the terminal. The nerves hit you as you make your way out of the service dock. Time to prepare yourself. Alright, what do we need to have to be really well prepared? Let's see. Crack Cronway. Slot the first worm. So where is that? Guess it's... yeah, Greenway Gate. Entire Greenway is locked down. Shrouded in a dark cloud of shifting currents. What's happening here? Okay, no, we need... there it is. Conway access. Oh yeah, that's the whole thing there, ain't it? Slotting this first worm will allow Fang access to the facility. You'll need to be ready to give it all your attention. Yeah, alright. Maybe prepare for that to be our thing next cycle. In the meantime, let's see. Forage for fungus. Got some droll caps. See if we can re-roll all these. Alright. Yeah, the fog. The fog is encroaching. Let's see if we can talk to these folks. They need 2. Welcome to Episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates to Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee flotilla which has arrived at the Eye. All 3 episodes, Flux, Refuge, and Purge, are now available. Completing the delivery spores action will begin the episode, but be aware it is intended for late gameplay. Ah, okay. So we'll wait on that for now, I guess. In the meantime, I can get these droll caps to our old friend. Hey, Emphas. It's been a while, but here you go. Let's talk. Emphas is working on gathering the ingredients and preparing the mushrooms. He doesn't like to rush these things. Okay. So hopefully You know, that could be pretty useful if, you know, we're in the middle of the whole hacker man type situation. We get that, hopefully get like some free energy from that to keep us going. In the meantime, I guess we can try and get a little bit more work done here. Neutral outcome. All right. Risky, but we'll try it. Damn. Oh well. We're one away from Haugen Insider. Alright. I think, yeah. End the cycle. Feed the stray a little. Glad we've got a good backlog of credits from that mercenary job, even as rough as that was. Let's end the cycle here. Ah, shit, I forgot to self-repair. Damn it. That's rough. Yeah, let's not start the hacking thing this cycle then. Oh yeah, do I got... No, I ain't got no upgrade points. Alright. See if I can get some... Alright. Energy. Alright, we good. Haugen Insider. Let's talk with Rabia. This time you meet inside Rabia's office, though now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools, a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Rabia turns to meet you, you realize she's missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored lines running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with. Of course, say no more. Sit, says Rabia, gesturing to the 2 diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabia crossing her legs on top and sitting straight back. Gia told me you have been doing the rounds, collecting tithes, patrolling the ward. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. Yeah, I wanted to see for myself. If I can trust you. I see. I see. Rabia flexes her neck side to side. And the conclusion? Don't know if I trust the Haugen. There does seem to be some sort of internal politics. Tough. Because honestly, I still don't have that much information on the Haugen. But we do know they've got these... Their implants are being recorded. That's like one of the main things, at least according to Sabine. No, I don't think I can entirely trust you. She closes your eyes from a Sleeper, I do not wish to make an enemy of you. You have helped our cause already, whatever your motivation, so why do you resist us? I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle. We have not been part of that. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you too are a refugee. That is why you have to come to us. Enough, Rabia. Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I am tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabia's baton in their hand. Oh yeah, Sabine took Rabia's baton? Dang. And lit with sparkling electricity. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two? No, they are acting along. Sabine pauses, thrown off for a moment by your renunciation. Rabia takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, feigning past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She's strong. She is by far stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards their chest. They freeze there, Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop! And then you support them? Rabia asks you. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. I thought you were more Rhiannon's attack dog, Rabia, Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabia holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she's about to hammer it down into Sabine's chest, but after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead, and spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shuttling it off in a single move. Rabia, explain. They both look at you, each catching their breath, as if they've forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my enforcers will come down here and take them away? Rabia cracks her neck. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I would have every right, she shouts, the anger a release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts himself a little, bruised from the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Rabia gives them some space, sitting back on the stool. Sabine props themselves on their elbows and fixes Rabia with a hard stare. You have something to say, Rabia taunts? Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, no coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Haugen project. Rabia collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, and then decide another approach. Eventually, they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabia immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching, but she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here from Essenarp, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that I should have told you I worked for Essenarp long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you are my final friend. What you should know is I left Essenarp because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on to the press. Essenarp wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabia interrupts. The Sleeper knows you're Essenarp. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you and then away, ashamed. But it is Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of Essenarp. I can prove it. He's made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away. In exchange... Rabia slams her hand onto the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake. Hiya, Yuka. We're having a tense conversation right now. Tense negotiations. In exchange for those, Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rabia's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Haugen enforcers, using you as test subjects for SNARP technology. I have the data to prove it. He's been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabia's fixed expression has started to fade. Yeah. Very tense. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabia. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I've tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop. Could you talk to me through a can with this? You could talk to me through a can with this tension. Yeah. They stop, unable to continue. Rabia closes her eyes and breathes in, then opens them again, holding out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later when you leave, Sabine is still talking to Rabia through the manifests and usage data, both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabia through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye and something passes between you. Something like a thank you, or a sorry, or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Drive complete. Alright. Well, I'm glad that went as well as it did. What are they planning? Yeah, I'm glad I could get them to cooperate. At the very least. But alright. We need scrap, ideally. Fix ourselves up and not fall apart. 3 cycles time, the Overlook bar will open up with its new distillery. Emphas will have his new recipe done in 2 cycles time, and Robbie and Sabine will get back to me in 3 cycles time. In the meantime, next cycle I should probably start helping Fang with his thing. Get the tracker disabled. Glad Sabine turned out to be alright. Yeah, I'm glad I could get Robbie and Sabine to cooperate, because, yeah, it definitely seemed like they, they're on kind of opposite sides, but can work together. Both of them seem alright. Alright. Compressor Club. Engage and endure. Dangerous, though. Mostly, I want to try and do some sort of a, Oh, also I've got an upgrade point. Could throw one into Thrill Seeker. Or into Engage. Probably good. But I don't know. Don't want to be too much of a generalist. Is there any engineering I can do? To it. If I roll well, I can get a lot of cryo with the tablet room, huh? Sure. Let's see what we can do. Nice. But yeah, what can we do? The shipyard, I suppose, is an engineering job, but I don't really need to go back there. Not planning on it, at least. Is there any engineering work that's available down this side? It's an endure. Intuit. Endure, intuit. Endure. The Haifa commune. Engage and endure. I do want to see if I can find more out about the Greenway. New drive discovered. Huh. Grow mushrooms. The aviary would be the perfect place to grow mushrooms with some work. Clear overgrowth. Huh. Once a corporate garden for impressing guests with gene-tweaked birds, now this chamber is a mess of overgrowth. You can change that. Cut away the choking vines, stop the rot, and this place could be turned back into a garden of sorts. Okay, but we really... Damn it, we really could do with some engineering work. If I can get one more scrap component, that would be, like, really good. I guess I'll get some next cycle, but... Yeah, only engineering work available right now, I think, is at shipyard, isn't it? Engage, endure. Yeah. Roll the dice and hope. Damn. All right. Well, that's some money, I suppose. Unfortunate. Yeah, we'll save it. Feed the stray a little. See how the cat's doing. The stray crunches up the crackers as you watch. But alright. Another... what? 18 cycles before Maywick gets here? Not great. Flickering. Ah, but the scrap freighter's here. Got another ship mine fragment. And a full ship mine. Huh. I guess my money's better spent just buying a stabilizer itself. Alright. Alright. Let's go. Facility access. As you slot the worm, a thread jumps out of the facility. It unspools in front of you, releasing its data like ink in water. Sleeper, Feng's voice crackles through. Moving in. Nodes, then ports. A whir of interference. Slot the worms. Timer starts now. Stay safe. The thread dissipates. You're on your own now. Alright. Okay. Can match it too. Bypass. Extract data. F1 port located. Ripper worm. Alright. Multiple directions. This one can take it too. Bypass. Extract the data. There's the report opened. S1 port location? Where is that? I guess part of the way to that. I guess you need both, huh? Reroll? Alright. 5 will work. Bypass. Extract data. Almost like a tangible thing? Yeah. It is interesting, isn't it? Concept. Another port. Ripperworm. Take him out. Fang's progress. Layer X unlocked. Alright. 6 or a 4. 6 or a 5. 5 or a 3. Well, we can throw this one in here. Extract that. We'll have 2 more to go through next cycle, but it's looking like we can hopefully bust Fang in and out pretty quick. Good. Timer on the terminal shows how many cycles you have left to get the data you need. Come on, Fang. It's almost there, though. Should be able to get him in next cycle. Cross on over. Alright. On this cycle. Starving now. But those are some good rolls. I think that'll get us through. In the meantime, Memphis. Memphis is preparing the grill caps. He's had to heavily adapt this recipe, he says, but the smell is already incredible. It emanates from a strange, pulpish white bulb you have never seen before, and he's slicing it finely. Cyberspace is a real cool concept. He brushes and slices the mushrooms and then places them in the wok with the sliced bulb and the oil. They caramelize there in that well-worn crucible. He adds liquids, transparent and opaque, and then turns down the heat. A sprinkle of leaves is the final touch. We have a moment, Sleeper, he smiles. Do you have a story? Something in the scent of the food gives you a feeling of nostalgia, something distant and melancholic. It seems like the story should match that feeling somehow, and maybe you will feel better for telling it. Recall your oldest memories, or tell another sleeper's story. That might be the story of the one Ankita killed. You start by explaining that when you are emulated from a person, many of your memories are left behind. Perhaps as an intentional part of the process, a way of keeping sleepers ignorant and malleable. Perhaps it's a side effect of the imperfect emulation. You admit you don't really know. What you do know is that some memories survive, and then on occasion they come back to you like shadows passing overhead. You detail one recurring memory, which despite returning to you with enough regularity for you to think it familiar, always fades as quickly as it arrives. You struggle to explain the feeling of being whole for a moment that comes with this memory, and then how that wholeness slips away to leave you feeling like you've forgotten something important, but just can't bring to mind. Memphis nods throughout, cooking as he does with deft and skillful movements. You start to trail off when you realize you can't find the words to explain how the memories you do have feel like both yours and someone else's at the same time. And now that always fills you with a certain sadness. The sadness of remaining forever unknown even to yourself. Memphis finishes cooking and meets your eye. I'm sorry, Sleeper, for your troubles. He puts the wok to one side. I appreciate you sharing with me. He smiles. I hope it lightens you a little. He passes you a bowl and heaps the rolls into it, their yellow color mixing with the pale sauce and whirls and blooms. Eat. The dish is delicious, filling. It warms you as you eat in a way you weren't even sure your body could be warmed. It is a small mercy, you think, that SNRP left you this pleasure. Many of the features of frames are there to simulate human experience. You know that much. Emulated minds cannot be rewired, so their need for embodied experience must be met. This is why you breathe, even when you do not need air. Without that simulation, the sensation of drowning would be unbearable. Food serves another purpose. Your frame is able to metabolize it, to produce energy from the raw material. Vitamins and minerals are excess, of course. Your frame only needs raw power, so much is wasted. Yet, while you eat this food and feel that warmth, nothing feels wasted. It all means something to you. As you finish, Emphas takes the bowl, the last of his cleaning. He smiles at you, and neither of you feel the need to say anything more. Instead, you simply exchange nods and walk your separate ways back into the bright market, somehow changed. Full energy. Really good timing there. Thank you, Emphas. He mentions an old recipe for matsutake broth. All he needs is 2 handfuls of matsutake caps, freshly sourced. Cool. Wow. Let's head on over. Let's get Fang out of there. Consec X2. 5 or 3? Consec X1. 6 or a 5. Alright. Well, we've got the rolls for that. Bypass. Extract. There we go. This final layer controls surveillance. With this down, Fang should be able to control the facility's cameras. Alright, little buddy. Rip it up. The Ripper Worm chews through the camera control. The moment it does, a thread shoots from the facility. A thread from the facility cuts through the cloud like a hairline crack of light. That's it. The final layer of security broken. Somewhere buried in the depths of the station, Fang is in control. He's slicing into the camera control circuits and piping out the result. The thread flickers and unravels into an image, a scene. 2 figures in a room, one sat, the other pacing. The pacing figure resolves into Haugen, the unmistakable superior posture, the shock of gray hair. The second figure's features don't seem to resolve. They are vague, unformed. Problem with the data, perhaps? You look closer, and you see it. The figure is a proxy. Perhaps you should have expected it from Conway, a corporation whose very existence is owed to automation. The proxy is a machine, designed to be piloted by remote connection, someone elsewhere in the system puppeteering it with their own body, speaking so it may speak. The proxy sits impassively, or the Conway executive that is piloting them does, from the distant safety of some ship or orbital colony, perhaps. We can move forward, there is no doubt, Haugen is saying. The reclamation teams are almost ready, and after that I'll make the declaration. Nothing has to change. The proxy leans forward, its movement stilted, uneven, as if its body was being refracted through water. But things must change, Haugen. We need further assurances. I have been informed of a breach in one of the closed networks in the low end. You've been careless. Haugen waves the accusation away. We have been stretched. A breach was detected, yes, but no data of value was lost. Our board is concerned, Haugen. A drop in our value would be unwelcome at this time. The proxy leans back, its posture dominant. If the reclamation of AE1 is contested, then we could be drawn into compromising legal position. Haugen approaches the proxy. There will be no contest. Not from Solheim, who cannot muster a defense. Not from Havenage, who will fall into line below me. He crouches in front of the seated figure. eye to eye. And the people of this station? Refugees, gangs, spacers, all either opportunists or degenerates. Havenage is no longer strong, no longer united. Nobody here believes in Erland's vision, nor has the strength to enact it. I sat across from him at the negotiating table. He was forceful, eager, weakened by his ideological convictions perhaps, but a great man nonetheless. This place no longer deserves to bear his name. Eyes crippled. It cannot survive. It is a ruin filled with squatters and outlaws. They'll be lucky if it still spins in 100 cycles. Haugen stands. You will move forward with the reclamation, because otherwise you will lose your advantage in the system. Without your advantage, you will lose claims on the remaining palladium. Without the palladium, your factories will go dark. He pauses. Do I need to continue? One moment, comes the response from the proxy. Typo. Uh-oh, typo in the group chat. Its head drops to its chest. Haugen steps back and paces once more, awaiting the discussion taking place somewhere else in the system. You watch Haugen as he paces, as he considers his future. What goes on within a mind like that? In the mind of a man who would burn all those around him for a path to some imagined golden end. The proxy lifts his head. We are happy to proceed. We will legally claim the station, formerly known as Solheim's AE1, as salvage within 6 cycles. Havenage is to assist with the transport of the legal residents to Conway housing and labor facilities. Shit. The proxy judders to its feet. Conway will also claim 70% of the raw output of the reclamation process after losses have been accounted for. Haugen nods. I accept. The proxy reaches out to shake his hand like a marionette, and then the recording loops. You watch it play out a second time, gripped by a horrified fascination. There's a bluntness to the conversation, to its blatant disregard for humans as anything other than objects. Things to be moved, to be used, to be fed into structures, crushed, and losses accounted for in the cells of tables, the margins of ledgers. You realize now that you're no different than anyone else on his station in the eyes of the people in that room. To those like them, each body here can be recast as a piece of property, a tool, an expense, an acceptable loss. In one moment they can be named a citizen, celebrated, protected, and in another, the very idea of citizenship can be used against them. That is what it means to live in proximity to a system like this. No longer. Not while the eye spins. You gather the recording, pack it into a polygon of purest light, then you drift down into the service dock like a falling leaf and find the relay. It only takes a second to place that polygon of data, that recording, into the relay system Feng prepared, and then you watch it as it bursts out, a web of threads, heading out into the black to every networked device on the eye. Let them see what power makes of a man. Achievement unlocked. Icebreaker. Hell yeah. Two upgrade points. Alright. Let's see what's going down now. Where the hell is Feng at, huh? Guess we gotta wait for him to come back. Better have the tracker disable thing by then. Bring Emphis Matsutake caps. Don't know how to get those. But I suppose growing mushrooms might work. Commune. What else? What else can be done? Guess we're waiting on a bunch of clocks, but those will be finished up next cycle. There's more to be explored in this, in the spoke, isn't there? Let's see. There's a Yadigan agent over there. We could grab some Yadigan data. Could be useful. Alright. I'm in. They still have a reroll too, I suppose. Let's see. Fangs Bay. The building is chaotic. Most of it is in total lockdown. No one will give you a straight answer about Fang or Haugen. 2 cycles. Have an assistance department. Now it'll all come crumbling down for Haugen. The bastard. Alright. Let's think. Let's re-roll this. Nice. And... yeah. Learn more about the spoke. Anything new? Huh. Paz import. Paz says she has a contract who will take ship mine, but she reminds you any ship mine from the eye fetches a lower price. 150 cryo. Export Matsutake. Buy a ship mine core. I've got the components to make a ship mine of my own, so I'm good for now. Meantime... oh yeah. When will we get... well, it's no longer Neoven, but Navigator. When will we get to talk to Navigator again? Guess we need to find our way up into the spoke, because that's where Navigator said the killer was. Killer protocol, or whatever you want to call it. Alright. Next cycle it is. Let's see. Let's talk with Tala first. Something a bit calmer before we go into the fray with Robbie and Sabine. Tala comes to you on one shift, when the bar is empty, tapping you on the shoulder as you clean the bar. It's ready. She's grinning from ear to ear. Did you roll? Obviously. She grabs you by the arm before you can ask anything else and drags you into the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter, a cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now, the newly installed lights making the place look clean, whether it is or not. Tala has already pulled up a couple of stools around a metal crate, where 2 glasses with a few fingers of pale girl inside sit waiting. She smiles. I haven't even tried it yet. You can see she's nervous. You both sit at the makeshift table, the slight strangeness of the situation making you both jumpy. Tala hands you a glass. Cheers, she says solemnly, and knocks the glass back. You do the same. The first sensation is burning, a sharp, nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your frame querying whether you would like to activate safe mode. You gulp the drink back, and it is only then, behind the burn, that you taste the earthy tones of the mushrooms, the wood and the soil, left behind like sediment, barely there. That's strong. Tala nods vigorously. Oof, that was heavy. Promise, though. You think? She swirls the glass and puts it down. Wait, I have an idea. Tala grabs a metal bottle from the newly installed work surface and adds a few drops of water into the grill. Try again? This time the burn is a warming glow, harsh but fading off, and the woodiness less heavy. You taste something floral in among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. Both you and Tala meet eyes. It's really good, right? It is. Tala grins with her own whole face, and that makes you smile too. Tala pours out some more Jarol, and then adds some more water. The action's already taking on the quality of a ritual. You both drink. Tala tucks her feet up beneath her onto the stool, folding her legs. She looks down into her glass and swirls the liquid thoughtfully. What's on your mind? Tala looks up at nothing in particular. My father opened this place, you know, she says out of nowhere, the thought suddenly becoming words. It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the Eye. You're refugees? From Sinza, yeah, it's one of Ember's lesser moons. She takes a drink. I don't remember much. I was only tiny when it came. I was just thinking about something my father told me. When he first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Bantian, but he was kind of afraid it'd scare off the customers, so kind of translated it, hence the Overlook. All these past few cycles, when I've been there, I've been thinking I should rename the place. She looks at you. The Bantian. What do you think? What's it mean? Dad said he translated it to Overlook, so something like that. Watchtower, maybe. Lookout. Tala picks up her glass. That settles it then. To the Bantian. Both clink your glasses and drink up. She hisses through her teeth. Ugh, still harsh. She laughs and then suddenly grabs your shoulder. Oh, sleeper. I totally forgot. She stumbles to her feet. She lurches over to a corner of the room covered with a plastic sheet and whips it off like a magician performing a trick. Beneath it is a neat little kitchen. A sink, a work surface, and a compact oven with a hob. Your kitchen. She doesn't give you time to respond. You can come make stuff here any time, as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. I need those for the droll. I was thinking too that if things pick up here, we can start serving proper food at the Overlook. I mean the Bantia. She laughs. Do you like it? It's perfect, thank you. Tala gives you a hug and then quickly stands back. I'm sorry, I'm glad you're here. She grins. Me too. As Tala tidies away the glasses, you inspect the kitchen, checking that it all works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you've had to put up with, it feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tala comes back through the bar. You share a glass of the old Jarol, the one she didn't distill. At this particular time, you talk of nothing in particular, sharing stories about regulars or discussing the best place to eat on the Eye, which, after everything that's happened, feels like a nice change of pace. When it comes time to leave, you promise to cook for Tala and agree to let her know what shifts you'll be working in the coming cycles and slip out into the cool of the rotunda. And in this moment, you feel for once at home. Achievement unlocked. Free spirit. Cook Matsutake caps and Jurol caps. You haven't exactly mastered the art of cooking mushrooms, but a couple of handfuls of fried Jurols always beat expired rations. Nice. Let's see how things are going. As you enter Rabia's office, you hear the voices. Is that Sabine? You push open the door. Sleeper, what good timing, Rabia calls out to you as you enter. I wanted to introduce you to someone. The man is standing at the center of the room, speaking quietly with Rabia. He turns as you come in. Meet Yannick. Sleeper, he nods. Hearing good things from Robbie. He smiles an easy smile. Good to meet you. Likewise, likewise. He waves a ringed hand. Now, Robbie, where were we? Actually, Rabia places a hand on your shoulder. The sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What's going on? Well, okay then. Yannick tucks his hands into his pockets. Go on. I'd like to recommend them to your ward. A tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be a capable ally here on the spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving more difficult. Yannick leans forward slowly. It's a mess, Robbie. He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering despite the lack of light in the unit. I can use them, he suddenly decides. Rabia smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately... Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand. 1 second. He steps one surprisingly light step closer to you. You eager to work, sleeper? We'll play our part. I think I can trust Rabia. Yes. Huh. Yannick nods his head as if listening to music. Okay, then. You're suddenly unsure if he's talking to you. That concludes it. Oh, that concludes it, Yannick pronounces. Sleeper can come work in the ward. Anytime they like. You shoot Rabia a confused look. Rabia finally glances at you for a moment, but it is so fast you almost miss it. Good. I know you'll be happy with their work, Jan. Yannick reaches out and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Robbie, he says. Now, please, he says, turning to face you. Let us old friends get back to it. He guides Rabia away, leaving you standing alone. You look to Rabia, but she is deep in the conversation, and so, stunned and confused, you leave. Expose Yannick. If Sabine is right, Yannick has been working with Essenart behind Yadigan's back. Time to find out the truth. Gain his trust. Alright. Yannick's ward. The massive block at the center of the low end is made up of layers and layers of units. Patrolling this vertical city is a challenge. Alright. with a little bit of data, we can get ourselves some stabilizer. Hey, Caster. Stories about Haugen are brutal, but I want the truth. A vial of stabilizer should provide the motivation. Feel a little bad working behind Rabbia's back, but we'll see. That's enough for now, Sweeper. I've got other things to attend to. Alright. Another 16 cycles before the official bounty hunter shows up. Three upgrade points, though. +2 Intuit. It's kind of interesting. Intuit started as our lowest skill, but here we are now. Alright. Some drill caps. In the meantime, let's take our stabilizer, I think. No, I think we can maybe just self-repair a little bit and stay at this. Don't know. Nah, it's probably better. Let's get up to full. Alright. Get the cat some food. And end the cycle. Alright. What now? Fang. The building is chaotic. Most is in total lockdown. No one will give you a straight answer about Fang and Hardin's whereabouts. Fang grins at you as the bay door slides open. Above, in the rest of the building, people are busy, frightened. They speak in hushed tones and organize endless meeting after endless meeting. Havenage have avoided a full-blown crisis for now, but change is coming. Fang is in good spirits and bundles you inside before we even have a chance to greet him. That was the slickest operation the station has ever seen. He hugs you firmly. You made my job easy. He shakes you by the shoulders. I'm so proud. And, he smiles, I got to watch through the cameras as the Havenage security that weren't in on it assaulted the station. Fang smiled. One of them straight up just whacked Hardin with their pistol. It was beautiful. They got him? He's being held, yeah? He looks around. I think the idea is to use him as leverage with Conway. Get them to back off. Maybe they'll exile him when they're done, or hand him over to some core authority. Fang shrugs. Now I know he won't be an issue, but I'm going to be focusing on systems for a bit. Seeing as that's my actual job. He points to the ceiling. The people upstairs weren't so happy, though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared. I'm not surprised. Yeah, this whole thing hasn't won me any fans in the administration, but I think in the end they'll agree that outing Hardin was worth it, whatever the methods. He touches a stack of hardware. The eye is old, and it was never meant to run like this. The master control points that Erland and Havenage installed, they keep it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal. But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning next cycle, no. And me and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that. Haugen's problem was he didn't believe in people. He believed in systems and their ability to shape the world around him. But as far as I'm concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way around. Anyway, I know you didn't come down here for a lecture. Yeah, my tracker. I haven't forgotten. I managed to finish that code solution I showed you. It's a modified ripperworm, one made to deactivate that tracker of yours. But in the time since I got back, I added some extra. That tracker of yours doesn't show SNARP where you are. It transmits data about the state of your body, your current condition. My worm won't just deactivate it. It'll edit that data to tell SNARP your body is irreparably damaged. DNR. Do not retrieve. He grins widely. Pretty smart, right? It's perfect. Just slot it already. You take the drive and hold it in your hand. Then you close your eyes and open up your access ports. Take down your defenses. The worm immediately enters your closed network. It whips through it, taking things with it as it goes. The moment they are gone, you forget they were ever there. They just blink out of existence. A second later, it is done. You open your eyes. How do you feel? Asked Fang, a little nervously. Free. Fang smiles widely. Well, you are free, sleeper. He claps you on the shoulder. Fang lets the word free hang in the air a little before he continues. Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration. Fang wraps his arm around you. Jenna still owes us those drinks. He laughs and you join him. And later, when you leave, you feel deeply thankful for having such a friend. As you walk away from the building, you look up at the wide curve of the eye, up at the hub, and the other rim beyond it. The whole thing twinkles with lights, and it seems impossible to see it as anything other than breathtakingly beautiful. It feels, in that moment, like something eternal. That doesn't mean it can or even should last forever, or that it will never change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place has a future, and it is one that you know deeply and truly is worth protecting. Alright. Drive complete. Alright. We finally got our tracker off. Though... Huh. We aren't finished with this cycle. Complete active scenes to proceed. Okay. Something up? Right. Ethan, the cynical bounty hunter. Huh. He's not happy that I haven't helped him with his debt, is he? And that I no longer need his help. Let's see what he has to say. But I think we'll be ending the stream on this cycle. The compressor is almost empty when you enter. A couple of scattered patrons in the booths and a lone bartender. The bartender recognizes you immediately when you arrive and nods, and you return the greeting. You both already know that you won't find Ethan here, but you had to be sure. With your tracker reporting you dead, he wouldn't have stuck around. You look at the empty stool, his empty stool, and you smile. You can imagine him on it when his slate chirps, letting him know that the target he was tracking is dead. You can imagine the screaming and the swearing, too. Is that all you were to Ethan? Another target? Was something else going on? It seems like a foolish question to ask now when he's fled the station, but it bothers you anyway. You take one last look and walk out. You doubt you will ever come back to this place, or the memories it holds. You walk back out into the lights of the bright market and allow yourself a smile. So this is what Fang meant when he said you were free. You could get used to this. Alright. Now, we haven't actually really done anything this cycle, but I think freedom's a pretty good spot to end things, at least for now. I don't want to go too late tonight. Yeah, and I've gone a good nearly 3 hours already. But I appreciate y'all coming by and saying hi. Let's, suppose just for good measure, feed the cat a little. There you go, little buddy. The stray crunches up the crackers as you watch. Sometimes they'll let you stroke them, sometimes not. We're free now. Free to go at our own pace, figure out what's going on. No longer is the tick town of death from Mayview or whatever that bounty hunter's name was coming after us. That's an ARP to us. Well, to them, it no longer exists. So we'll be free to do as we please and settle in on the station. Ended on a much higher note than last stream. Yeah, sure did. We got some good progress going. We're getting our freedom. Sleeper is finally able to sleep easily. There's still things to be done. There's still corruption to expose, refugees to aid, friends to get to know better. New hobbies to get, maybe? Maybe places to go. That'll be next time. For now, we're free. And we can say goodbye for now. To the eye. Thanks all for being here. I figure, I'll have to see. I'll probably end up streaming tomorrow, same time, but, yeah. Might change, we'll see. But I think I should have the time available tomorrow, because I've been enjoying this game, and there's still plenty more to find out here. And it interests me very much, so I'll go ahead and do that. But until next time, thanks all of you for coming by. I really appreciate it. It's always good to have just somebody in chat to talk to, or just know that, you know, folks are here enjoying things. But yeah. Take care, partners. Take care. And have a good night. Bye.